Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or, if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Hey, what's up, gamers?
What's up,
Good to see
gamers?
Oh my
What is going on, gamers?
Quaggy's here. Quaggy's room.
Yeah, Quaggy.
Not the girls' room.
Oh my gosh, Quaggy is here with us tonight.
Yay.
Special guest. Welcome, Quaggy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm a little tired, but I'm excited to be here with y'all because I think you guys are going to energize me. It's what I need. It's what I need today. So I really appreciate you guys inviting me in.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming in. We'll energize you.
Thanks for letting us in your room.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. It's as you can see, it's a little incomplete, but work in progress.
Looks nice.
Oh yeah. Is it
like
gonna?
the
Are you doing
lamp.
like a? I like lamp.
I like
yeah,
lamp.
I
I
like
love it.
I have lamp.
yeah.
Oh, I don't have a lamp. I have no
Yeah,
lamp.
like the last room I was in, like when I did We the Gamercast, was basically on the other side of the house. I had like the bookshelf with all my amiibo and everything, but I recently got a computer desk. Now I got the setup in here. I kind of want to copy Donnie. As you can see, there is a mount for a TV.
Yeah.
I do want to run an HDMI cable through the ceiling. But work in progress.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Run an Ethernet cable while you're at it.
Yeah,
You're already
fortunately,
Yeah, hardwired.
my modem is like 6 feet from me, so
Let's
I am
go.
hardwired. Yep.
Yeah. You love to see
Approve.
it. The man after Sean's own heart.
Man, I mean, already. He was already
Yeah,
there.
he told me a couple years ago that I had to get the hardwire going, so I just made that my mission, since then. So
Like the cheapest cable you could buy. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
yeah, it's
just run it.
$35 cable, and I probably
Hey, see?
overpaid for it because, again, it's like 6 feet from me, and I probably got like a 25, 35 foot
Yeah.
Ethernet cord, so 2/3 of it's wrapped up there in the corner.
What a start to the show. Yeah, man. Ethernet.
Welcome to the PC drive, yeah.
It occurs to me this is Sean's version of talking about the weather. Is like hardwired. this is his version of that. Like Ryan's probably like somewhere just
Oh, I hate this. I hate this. My problem, people misunderstand. My problem with the weather talk, the origins was when Ryan and I would do the Xbox Drive together. I would always say, Ryan, how you doing? And he'd say, well, it's 27 degrees outside. I'm like, that's not what I'm asking. Like, I want to know how you're doing. And he would deflect. And so the weather is representative of not talking about your feelings, man. You're not talking about like
Open up.
how you're actually. Yeah, let me know how you're
Yeah.
doing, Ryan Turford.
let me in a little
Golly.
bit, dude.
So now it's got a life of its own, as
come-
things tend to do here at Carpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Ryan. Yeah, tell us your
Yeah,
feelings.
right. Get him, Quaggy. Yeah, man.
I mean, this might be the only time I'm on here, so I might as well just keep it, keep it
Might as
going,
well.
right?
YOLO.
While I'm here.
Yeah. That's right. Lachlan, how are you? It's good to see you.
So it's 92 degrees Fahrenheit outside currently. It was very hot today. I've got sour bright crawlers, so basically sour
Oh.
gummy worms in
Yeah.
a Red Bull. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be all hopped up.
Oh yeah. If I think Sean, you're the only one that can see like before we go live. I was like chugging my Red Bull. If you were even paying
said,
attention.
"Good, good."
Yeah, literally.
Yep. I wish everybody could see each other while we go. I think Seth can see everything as
Yeah,
well.
I
Because while
can,
the
yeah.
music is going, which is, it's supposed to give off a nice cozy vibe, like this Nintendo Drive that we have around here. It's not like the old Nintendo Drive where I start screaming at everybody. It's supposed to be
Sure.
very chill. But
I am a little nostalgic for that, though, I will admit. Maybe
Sure.
just
Back
surprise
in
us
the
every
wall.
now and then, Sean.
I'd like to jump
Or
in the
scare
car.
us.
Don't tell us about it when you do it. God forbid.
Now we're gonna
Might
get
have
into
a
a
heart
Clips
attack.
episode. Little memories popping up. I did that once. When I did the Xbox Drive with Luke Lore, my laptop that I would record the show on, it ran out of batteries, and that was it. That was the end of the show. So I went in post production and I made it sound like I got in a car accident, and that was the end of that week's episode. And so I
Tune
thought it
in
was
next
kinda-
week. Is
Yeah, pretty
Sean in
much.
ICU or is he okay?
Yeah, people had to find out. Turns out it wasn't that funny of a joke. Some people were a little
I find
upset
it
by
hilarious.
So I thought it was funny. But the music for this show, very cozy. But if you
Yes.
could see the little squares underneath that show all of us, Seth and I mean, Seth is like nicely playing guitar. He plays like the drum, like little like air drums. I'm
Yeah.
rocking out. Like I come onto the show sweating because I'm just like,
Freaking out.
I'm like Animal on the drums over here from Muppets. So
Hell yeah.
unnecessarily energetic, you guys. Pumped.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, it gets
Oh.
me pumped, and I'm happy, always happy to do the show with y'all every week. It's the highlight of my week, man.
Agreed.
And
Equally as
especially-
highlighting as the
Equally.
Xbox Drive that I do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Equally. I love all of our shows, all of our hosts
The
equally
same.
as much.
Nothing stands out.
I think my eyes almost broke by how far back they rolled, but yes.
Well, everybody, Quaggy, we're very excited to have you on the show tonight. Thanks for coming on, dude. I have got a lot of people to thank this week, so if you'll allow me a little bit of housekeeping,
Come on in.
little
Come back
kissy
later.
housekeeping.
Come back
Come back later. We're not ready yet. Okay. Lots of support on Patreon. It's actually kind of
Unreal.
amazing. Like, absolutely unreal. I was putting the notes together today, and just the amount of people who have signed up for Patreon just in the past week is crazy. So, thank you so much to Shano Baggins Ashton for checking out the 7-day free trial over there on Patreon. He's been a longtime supporter of my stuff, so welcome on in over here on the Carpool Gaming side of things, Shano Baggins. Hopefully you like what you see. Thanks for checking out that 7-day free trial. Thank you to CowboyDangerD for upgrading to Platinum Producer since
go.
we were last here. Let's go.
Get that mug.
Thank you. Get the mug. I think we sent him a link already for that.
Sent him a link.
They
Get
already
that link.
done.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, we
right.
got things working over here.
Got stuff going. Thank you, Shy Guy, of course, for
Thank you,
coming
Shy
on
Guy.
back.
Thank you, Shy Guy.
Thank you, Shy Guy. At the exclusive tier, thank you very much, Shy Guy. Thank you to Sean Hennigan, who came back in at the exclusive tier this week as well. And thank you to the guy who keeps subscribing, then unsubscribing, then resubscribing because he's desperately trying to save money to no avail, for coming in at the exclusive tier.
Is that the name?
That's their
the
name
name.
on Patreon.
Okay, thanks.
So thank all 5 of you very much. Truly humbling support on Patreon this week. I say it every week, and I'll continue to harp on it. Y'all support on Patreon makes stuff like Extra Life possible, so it really does mean the world. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him a GoFundMe. Help him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Me to feed right into the Patreon.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, let's get a GoFundMe for the guy who keeps subscribing, then unsubscribing, then resubscribing because he's desperately trying to save money to no avail. You know what? To that person, if you upgrade to Gold member, I'll have to read your name out every week on the Patreon shoutouts. So,
Dude, that is...
if that's not an incentive to upgrade, I don't know what is.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. All of them are thinking about their names now. Because here's the thing, like, we've been shouting out, like, OldMrFrump and some of these people, like, with great names. Like, now the wheels are off, man.
Well, there was also that Bangers, Son of Bangers, right? Like, when they're
Oh, yeah, that was
Myers,
Winter Game.
yeah.
for a
Oh, okay,
while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That was Brendan Myers. Final Fantasy 8 is love, or whatever. It's out there, dude. Shout out to the Seans. Making a comeback. Sean's
Yeah,
making
a lot of
Sean
Seans.
Hennigan, Sean O'Baggins. Come on, join
Yeah,
me.
man.
Yeah, very cool. There you go,
Shout
bingo
outs
card.
to the Seans. So, yeah, thank you all so much for the support this week, man. Really
Incredible.
appreciate it.
Yeah, Kevin Ainsworth, by the way, is the one with the long name. I'm saying
Oh,
his
is that
name,
right?
yeah. That's Kevin Ainsworth. Thank you, Kevin Ainsworth. Yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
I think now that I say that, I'm pretty sure that's him.
I hope
granted
you're
him access to
right,
the
Sean, because you
Patreon.
just upset the person who it actually is if it's
I
not.
know, that's what I'm like, man. I kind of just blurted that out, like I tend to do. So
well.
if you're not Kevin Ainsworth, then sorry, but
Sorry.
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 That's what Kevin Ainsworth does. So pretty sure it's him.
That's totally fine.
That's
Either
so
way.
Kevin.
Oh, it's so Kevin.
When he's not
Actually,
speedrunning
it's not-
games,
it can't
but
be Kevin. He's so employed. He has he's gainfully employed. He doesn't need to do anything like that.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
Somebody being so employed is
so
funny.
He's so
pretty-
employed.
That's a pretty
He
funny
so
one.
has a job.
I was just checking while you were doing that just to be sure, but no, I don't see any new reviews on iTunes at least.
I know. I was
But
looking as
y'all,
well.
leave those 5-star reviews on your podcatcher of choice. If you can review us on there, do it. Really helps the show out. A very free and easy way to
Very
support
free.
the Nintendo Drive. Very free.
Can I suggest
Please.
something to those that leave a review the next time?
It's not Kevin Ainsworth. It isn't Kevin Ainsworth, actually.
Sean.
Oh.
The email is okay. That's
don't-
definitely not Kevin Ainsworth.
Don't give it
So
away.
Don't
Kevin
dox them.
Ainsworth,
Don't-
keep enjoying your free feeds or whatever you're listening to out there. And I don't know if I should dox this person. I don't know this person.
They,
Definitely
they
don't.
changed
Yeah,
their
don't
name.
do that. No.
Okay.
They
The
changed their
addresses
name for
don't
a
match
reason.
up. This person's is this, and just read out
It's
their
not right.
address.
Damn.
Let's just say it's
well,
another Sean.
Thanks
you
for
know, just,
nothing, Kevin Ainsworth.
That's all right. Hey, sorry, Lachlan. What were you saying?
No. If the mystery is solved, we can all live on.
Actually, I do have a quick PSA. So,
Yeah. Okay.
Pocket Casts just added a chance to do reviews now as well. So that's how I listen to y'all. And I totally meant to do a review, and it would have been perfect for me to read my review on here. But I fail at life. So maybe next
You
time.
don't. Not at
Not
all.
at all.
You could do it on the spot. You could just what your
Yeah.
review would have been.
Verbal
Yeah.
review right now.
Ooh, actually, you know what? Maybe we can save it for the post show.
Oh.
We can do that.
Little-
yeah.
little pin it.
Review on the post show. Yeah, pin it. We're
Pinning
gonna
it,
use a
making it come
pro
back.
pinning
There you
stuff.
go.
Okay, very good. Well, yeah, thank you all so much for your support on Patreon this week. Truly fantastic. And yeah, leave those 5-star reviews. Appreciate you. Yes, Lachlan.
Hey, yes. The thing I was going to say earlier. Those that leave a review the next time, between now and next week, because unless I decide to jump off a cliff or something, who knows?
No, but I
Hang
hate
from a
this.
cliff.
Don't do that.
Hang from a cliff, jump off a cliff, either or. Pick your poison. Whoever leaves a review between now and next week, if I am here, you never know, I will read the review in my most ASMR voice that I can.
Whoa.
Oh, I like
Worth
that.
it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go. That sounds great. Okay.
So if
Maybe
you
I'll
want
save
to
mine for that. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
we get
All right,
5
let's
reviews
go.
between now and next week.
We might. Yeah, leave
I'll
those
read 'em
reviews,
all.
people.
Or I'll pick one. I'll pick the best one. So you don't just
Oh,
leave a
damn.
review, leave a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how I like to judge. Let's do it.
You know how I like to judge.
you
What
know
a
me.
quote that is.
You know.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Well, do y'all want to talk about some video games?
No,
What do you think?
hang on a second. I just
Okay.
noticed there are 80 reviews on Spotify. I don't think it allows you to
Right.
like
The
write
ratings.
anything, but 80, we have 4.8 average on Spotify. That's pretty good. So thank you everybody for
Pretty
rating us
good.
on Spotify. Get it to 81 though,
Yeah.
or
bump
88,
those
just
numbers
like
up.
Eric Lindros.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's make it happen.
Let's get it up there.
That's
Let's get those are rookie numbers. Let's get those numbers up.
Pump them up. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Happy to. Okay. All right. Well, Quaggy, you're our guest. What have you been playing, dude? What's been going on?
Well, I've definitely been playing some games. Unfortunately, not any Nintendo. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm currently playing a little game called Horizon Zero Dawn, if you've heard of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I'm not going to lie, like the first, 4 to 5 hours, I wasn't sure if this was it. Just very slow, like where's the story going? I kept, thinking like what Lockwood would say. It's like, get to the plot.
Get
like
to the plot.
What are we doing here?
Like little devil angel shows up on your shoulder.
And I'm not the biggest stealth player, and it seems like, and then again, I might just be playing it wrong, but like it felt like in the beginning in particular, if you don't stealth, you're not gonna be able to make it. So, but I'm glad I pushed through it because I finally got to some story beats that I'm like, I get it. This, it's got its hooks in me, and getting some upgrades, and it's definitely been a lot more enjoyable. I kind of start feeling, stronger. So I'm glad I've stuck with it, and it's definitely been a good job. And now I'm like, I think 30 hours in, so I'm
Whoa,
pretty deep into it now.
nice.
Yep.
I like that
Let's
one.
go.
I didn't like the second one, and everybody
really?
makes fun of me for it. But I think that first one is really, really good. I think the story's awesome. Yeah, I enjoy the sci-fi in that.
Yeah, unfortunately, my PC doesn't meet the requirements for the second one, so I am majorly in need of upgrading. My computer is 7 years old, which is as old as my oldest daughter. Which, when you're a kid, seven's young, right? But PC might as well be a dinosaur. So it's I'm hoping it doesn't shut off on me, during this show, right? So.
Yep.
can run the
Upgrade
web
that
browser.
Triceratops.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, we're chugging along right now. And then another game I guess I'll mention real quick, and this is available on Nintendo Switch. I didn't play it on the Switch, but it is available, is South Park Stick of Truth.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
Has
Yes.
anyone played this?
Love it.
Multiple
Yes.
times. Yeah.
So, obviously I can't go into much detail because I know this is a family-friendly show, but I will say if you enjoy South Park at all, I used to watch it a ton, in high school, college. I'll admit it's been a while since I've seen it, recently. But if you like South Park at all, I mean, this is basically just like a long episode or a South Park movie. The humor is amazing. It goes places, and it's just like, I can't believe they're doing this right now. And the ESRB, I guess, was somewhat okay with this. I mean, it just... obviously they know no limits, right? So definitely don't play around the kids, obviously, but I was actually pretty impressed with like the combat. I think it's Obsidian, and it kind of plays like classic Paper Mario.
Absolutely.
So I believe there is a question later about the Paper Mario, so I would argue if you want to play a good Paper Mario, maybe you should play South Park.
Man.
Agreed. Yeah, he came in with the heat tonight.
No kidding. That game that's top notch. That is excellent. Have you beaten it?
I did, yeah. I beat it right before Horizon Zero Dawn, like maybe a week or two ago. Or it's 2 weeks ago now. But yeah, I mean, it's not even that long, which is I feel like a good thing because like I've played too many games. I'm like this. Actually, we were talking about it in the RPG channel. I'm not that big on Persona 5 Royal. Like it's just too long. Like it took me 140 hours to beat that game, and that's too much. Like I played through Xenoblade 3 twice in that time. Like it's just like it's too long.
What a pro. Yeah. Man, South Park. Yeah, the ending especially. Like, there's a boss at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they ESRB allowed that. I really thought it'd be adults only, but they somehow got squeaked by with a mature rating on that.
Squeaking for sure, like almost like a little gerbil and just squeaking by. Little hamster. Yep.
Locke was like, what is that a reference to?
What is that? That's definitely a reference to the game, and it's weird. Did you find all the Chin Pokemon? That's one of my favorite things to do. You find the little Chin Pokemon.
I do love the Chin Pokemon, but no, I didn't find them all. There was a couple other things, like some of the achievements. Like I think Ron told me he got the platinum for that, but there's like some things like where you go the whole game without selling stuff, and then like also like just I don't know, some like more grindy achievements or trophies that I'm like I'm not about that. So I got too many games to play to do that. So
that one's so good. Yes.
Yeah. Good game. I'm glad you're playing that. And yeah, you're right. I replayed that earlier this year, and it's like a 12-hour, sort of thing, sort of 12 to 15 hours. Like it's not asking for a ton of time. I love that about it. Yeah.
And I would think it would run pretty well on the Switch. I don't know 100%.
Yeah, runs just fine.
I figured it would because I mean, it's South Park 2D animation. Like it's just there's not a ton to it, so I figured it should be totally fine on the Switch as well. So
it is.
Give it a shot.
It's great. Yeah, highly recommend. It goes on sale all the time. Like I think I grabbed it on sale on Switch for like $7 or something like that. So yeah, it's worth it. I love it, man. Anything else? Anything else been on the docket?
I guess like one other PC game, just real quick. Ready or Not. It's like a SWAT simulator.
Okay.
I've been really enjoying it. I played a lot of the SWAT series growing up. Sean, I know you did a lot of PC gaming back in the day. Did you ever play like SWAT 3 or any of those games? Or?
I never did. No.
So like it's definitely like one of those. I never can talk to anyone about it because like I feel like I'm the only one that ever plays it.
Sure.
But it's a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying that game as well. So, but unfortunately, not a lot of Switch lately.
PC gamer Cwaggy. Let's go.
I go back and forth. Like I was, got into Switch in 2019. It was, I have 60 games in the other room, and now I'm kind of leaning more back on PC. But I'll come back. I'll come back.
The Cwaggy tournament bracket. Let's get the next game going. Let's choose the next game.
Yes.
And then you can choose to like not play it afterwards.
There
like
you go.
Everyone else. That'd be great.
I mean,
That's
or
what
maybe
people are doing,
play it for a few hours and decide it's not for you. It
I'm still
happens.
playing mine.
No, I'm not you.
He's talking about me and Ryan
What do you
and
mean?
Fulia. Yeah.
Yeah, let me call out everybody individually.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
all
okay,
right.
they'll
Well,
out themselves
cool,
in the
man.
chat. I see them all here.
Oh yeah, they're all in here. Yeah, everybody will come out of the woodwork. Okay. Well, Lockleth, we missed you last week. What have you been playing, my friend?
Well, PC related.
Oh.
I played a little game called Gordlets, which is a sandbox, just town builder game. It was my video that came out today, Sean, if you want to find it.
I'm just realizing I should have been running video for everything Quaggy to talk about. I was just like, paying attention. Like,
Drawn
this
in,
is
yeah.
great. And then Lockwood talks about a game. I have no idea what it was. I'm like, I should pull up the video.
Yeah. So
Gordlets?
I've seen it.
Gordlets. Like, they're like little gourds. They look like Pikmin, basically. The little villagers or whatever you want to call them. You can give them cute little hats, give them names, and, you know, a lot of customization there. But I did a speed build for my video today because I just mindlessly designed for like 2 hours playing this game, and it was so much fun playing it. I played the demo like months back, and it's just like painting. It's like you're creating the earth around you, you're creating all the tiles, and you're customizing like what color houses you want, and then you unlock new things. Like I unlocked that little grill there, and like I made a farm in the back where all the little houses were. It's just a cute little, very simplistic, easy game that you don't really have to think about it. You just kind of play, and it was just what I needed.
This.
I like
Really?
it.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, oh,
Why?
I don't know, just making sure everything is like perfectly square. And the way that just the geometry of it, I would overthink it 100%. But I mean, of
Oh
course
yeah, I designed inside this house, and I called it Booze and Books because that was the theme.
I would. That's a good idea. A little like wine bookshop kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
That's a good idea.
Just
Yeah,
drink and
how
read.
is that not a thing?
I don't know.
Always like
Just get
coffee shops
wasted
with
in the-
books.
yeah, wasted in the
Just get
bookstore.
hammered. I love this book.
This is the
Hey,
best
better
book I ever
trademark
read.
that.
Yeah, instead of a coffee shop, you got a place that sells wine and like a Barnes and
Yeah.
Noble. You know?
Just a classy drunk. That's all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's that goes hand in hand. But this was such a fun game.
Oh, I love the lights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it switches from day to night, and you can pause it, like you can keep it always on daytime, but I liked that it would change throughout as I was building and adding trees and stuff, and it was just a fun little simple game. And no, you cannot unalive people, Roy. That is not part of it.
What?
Roy
Ron,
asks very
chill.
strange questions.
Let's calm down
Why
a
would
little
you
bit, Ron.
want to? Look at
I
look
know.
how cute.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. But very cute. You can design all the homes inside and out. You can even put whatever you want inside the barn. It kind of is like a home as well. But it was just a cutesy little mindlessly play while I record type of game. And I gave my final thoughts on the game at the very end, but I mean, it was just fun. I liked it. I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. That's coming to Switch, isn't it? Isn't that coming to Switch?
I don't know if I'm thinking eventually, but it's just out on Steam. It's not even that expensive. I think it's like $4.
Yeah.
So it's a very cheap game, and you can make several different little lands. You could start all the way over. You can delete and, start again type of thing. And it's just simple. Just simple. A lot of the Steam games that I have right now are like simple builders in different types of styles. Like Dystopica was very similar, but it was like a dark, like city builder versus that being more cutesy. So I don't know. I like the simplistic sandbox builder games here lately on Steam. Plus, it's the only thing my computer can handle a lot of the time.
I feel you.
Enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I love it. Look
And-
at Sean linking to the video there in the chat.
Oh, so kind.
Why
did
haven't
you
I done
go?
this yet?
So
Because
yeah.
I just wanted everybody to know that I liked the video, and I often do that when I bring up the video, your guys' videos in your streams. I will make sure that I like the video, of course. But I'm like, I should tell people that. You do the same thing.
Look at you
click
go.
Yeah, we'll watch the video. She puts a lot of hard work and sweat into this thing.
Oh yeah.
She's sweating over there.
Just sweating into
playing
the chair. Actually, the
Cordless.
sweat goes into the chair and the clothing.
That's what the Switch those are for, right? Just kind of, you know.
Just dab
Absorbing the
yourself.
sweat.
Yes.
No?
Speaking of actual sweating, I beat
going.
the game Deliver Us the Moon, which is on Switch. I got a lot of clammy hands playing that game because it does get stressful at points, because you know you have to do things within a certain time period, and you have to you can only run so fast. And then I might have teared up at the end. So
Oh, really?
I finished, because there was a sad moment at the end, of course.
Emotions.
Yeah, because you have this little bot that's with you the whole time, and it's just sad at the end. But I streamed it and finished it on stream this last Tuesday, or Tuesday if you like.
I do like. Yeah.
But it was supposed to be, or it's described as a sci-fi thriller. And I think at points it is a little could be scary type of thing, but there was actually nothing that was actually scary. It's just the thought of, it's just space and it's just you.
Dark.
You come across memories and things that,
terrifying.
and holograms and stuff that kind of tell a story, but it's nothing actually after you. You might get shocked, you might lose oxygen. That's about the scary or the bad guys in the game. So this was definitely my speed, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I hope seeing the other two. Isn't there 3 games?
Deliver
This is the
Us
first
the Moon
one.
and Deliver Us Home. Where you go?
I think Home is the
Earth?
third.
Yeah.
Moon is the first. I think Deliver Us Mars is the second.
Mars. Yeah.
Did I not say
So-
Mars? Did I say Moon?
You said Moon. So Moon, it was the first one, and I'm glad I got to play it first and kind of learn how I like games like this. There is a little bit of stealth in it, but not too much, because I am also really bad at stealth games, really bad. I get very stressed out very easily, which is why I play cozy games a lot of the times. But this was a nice little medium of, it's not too difficult, but there is a little bit of thinking you have to do. But I liked it. I'm excited to see if Deliver Us Mars comes to Switch, or if we have to wait for the next Switch game for it to come out. This ran pretty
Switch
well on Switch, the Switch we have today, I will say. There was there's pop-in here and there, but honestly, compared to Lake,
Better than
this is
Lake.
better.
Yeah, that's the metric. Is it
Yeah,
better
put that
than
on the
Lake?
box. Yeah, better like.
Honestly, yeah. Yep. This part I had to move quickly, and it was a little stressful, but anyways. Anywho, I finished it, so that's another game checked
go.
off my list.
Hey.
Crushing
And
these games,
I
man.
think I counted at the end. It's either 15 or 16 games I've finished. And
Wow.
somebody said in my chat, I don't remember who it was. It might have been Yawn32. I'm on my way to finishing 30 in a year, because I guess we're technically a little over halfway. And I was I
Right.
didn't even think about that. But
Let's
there's no
go.
way I'm going to reach 30. That's not happening.
Not with that attitude. Come on, you got this.
you can do it.
I don't shoot for the
you
moon
probably
like I
won't.
did in that game.
Sean just reinforced. You probably won't.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lockcliff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Just think you'll do the bare minimum. If you do more than that, then great.
Bonus. Nice little perk.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Press yourself.
Don't get
All right,
disappointed.
love it.
what other video should we watch on your YouTube channel?
Let's just do the whole podcast watching Lockcliff videos.
Let's just watch
And
Lockcliff
you
videos.
can
do
throw
that.
up that magical delicacy video. It didn't get a lot of love, like I thought it was going to.
Yeah, ours didn't either. People don't seem to really be searching for it.
And that
Seems
game
cool
was,
too.
and it was super fun. That was a super
Yeah.
fun game. And since I wasn't on last week, I didn't really get to talk about it. But it's super nice, and the pixels is really good too. The art style of it.
The art's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
yeah, it's cute. I like it.
Cooking kind of game. You play as
Yep.
a witch, and there's a bunch of cooking stuff. I didn't play this. All-In has a video up for it too, but Matt and his wife played it. And it looks really fun. Kind of, it kind of gives me Spiritfarer vibes a little bit, how you're kind of moving through the world. It's like a platformer too.
Yeah, and
cute.
it reminded me of that when you're you go to a table, kind of the blueprint table like you do in Spiritfarer,
Yeah.
and you add more places and to cook. Like you open up a place where you can do just cutting of food, and then you can open up like a stove later, and it's like a blueprint system. And it's there's also like platforming you have to do like throughout the world, and they give you a map early on, Sean.
Let's
Love
go.
it.
Yeah,
The map is good, but lots of reading.
there's not a whole lot of reading.
Medium
I
reading?
mean, it's medium. You can't complain. So, and if I'm not complaining,
Nice.
then it's not bad.
Yeah, then you're good. These are the
That's
things we
nice.
care about at Carpool.
Yeah, it should meet Sean and Folia's threshold, and we're good. All right,
Yeah,
nice.
the map is good for me. Reading is good for Folia. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks
I love it.
nice.
It did give off Spiritfarer vibes, and the music was really good, very similar to that as well. So, yeah.
Yep.
I haven't played it
like
since
it.
I did the video, but it is one that I'll probably return to just because of how nice it was and like calming it was. It was another one of
Cozy.
those that, yeah, it was another one of those that I played it for a lot longer for the video than I have done others. So,
Yep. Nice. Star Athena beat it. Rolled credits
oh
on
wow.
Magical Delicacy.
I know,
Let's
no
go.
one is
Star
talking
Athena.
about it. It's like almost forgotten.
It's sad. It's tough to get. I mean, there's just so many, games coming out all the time. It's
Yeah.
really difficult. I mean, platforms like this. This is really like the only spotlight some of these games get is on, channels like yours and on podcasts like this. And it's a bummer. I was just the game I talked a little bit about last week, Arco. The developers were tweeting about that earlier today. They were like, "Hey, the game sold terribly." Like we made
That's heartbreaking.
a game that has like incredible reviews. It has like a 90+ on like Metacritic and stuff, and like it's super unique, super good, and well reviewed. But that doesn't matter, Like you could do everything right, and your game can still come out and pop and fizzle, So it's a shame,
I mean, it's no
It's, it
Suika
sucks.
game, so
right?
best of luck
Yeah,
to
you
you.
never know. You never know.
That's gotta
All right.
suck. Like you make
Yeah.
this incredible game, new like take on a combat system or whatever it is you're bringing like unique to the table, and then you got this game that has a royalty-free music song on repeat forever.
Totally.
And fruit smashing into other fruit, and it's just like 14 million sold. Golly, that'd
Absolutely.
be frustrating.
Like I and it's the kind of thing where it really just kind of depends on the people who latch onto it and the word of mouth it gets. Something like Balatro, I think, is a
Yeah.
really good example of like a good, unique game that just like caught like wildfire. And that's like a solo dev game, and even literally the guy who made Balatro was tweeting about Arco. He's like, y'all, like, come on.
Yeah, what are you doing?
So it sucks because yeah, you could do everything right and it just might not be good enough, so
So many
unfortunate.
games.
That's it. That's just
Too
it.
many
It's
games.
it's oversaturated. There's like, probably dozens of games coming out on the eShop every week at this point. How do you stand out? So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Anyway, Sean, save us from this depressing
Oh,
conversation.
that's such a.
What have you been playing?
Well, I wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be playing this a little bit more over the next week. I was excited to tell Lincoln. I saw somebody tweet this out. That Monument Valley 3 is coming
Yes.
out, and it's coming to Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
oddly enough, which I think is very strange, and that reminded me that Netflix has games. And so I wanted to show him that. I was going to see if like maybe it was there already or if there's a trailer or something. So I was scrolling through games, and honestly, that probably wasn't the best idea to do in front of my 7-year-old going through an adult
Sure.
like account of Netflix. And there's like some games that are not for kids, and it's not just like Grand Theft Auto, which is also there. But at the very end of the list, and I'm just like, this is my version of like sharing my screen. I'm just gonna like go through with my phone. At the there's a lot of games here on Netflix, as it
There's a
turns
lot.
out. The very last one is a game called Arranger.
Arranger.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix, and this counts. I am allowed to play this, you guys. I'm not allowed to buy games, but I can play this, and I just, it actually is kind of amazing on a phone.
I
Like
bet.
the way that you're
Swiping.
scrolling through, you just swipe through the like the tiles, and so I'm looking forward to that. I need something else other than stupid
Yes.
Twitter or X or Facebook or whatever to scroll through. Like, I'm gonna be playing that.
Isn't Arranger made by the people that made Braid?
The artist
It
is
looks like
Oh,
it. Yeah.
the
Same
artist.
artist.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
David Hellman. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's that's like an intellectual challenge to me, because I remember the first time we saw it, I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna have a nosebleed or a cross-eyed
I
instant.
loved it. I loved that.
I know.
Yeah.
And I get it. I just got through like the first, whatever, 5-10 minutes, just to see kind of how it controlled, and it's like, oh, that is nice. Like you can kind of go,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna flip over to the other side, and it's very gratifying. So very simple so far, but I'm gonna check that out, and just shout out to Netflix, Lachlan.
They're making a comeback.
It's got games, and I didn't even know this was the first Netflix game I've played. And it just downloads an app to your phone,
Yeah.
and then you just have to make sure that you're logged in. I didn't know that's how it worked. I think that's
It just runs it through your Netflix app and everything too. They have good games on there, you guys. Like
Not
some
bad.
really good stuff. Like Into the Breach is on there. That's like one of my favorite indie games of all time. Into the Breach, and that's on there. They had the guy who made Downwell made an original game for Netflix called Poinpy that's really good. Yeah, there's some really good stuff on Netflix. Sean's doing a live plays.
Sean.
trying to play. I can't
There you go.
really see what I'm doing, and it's backwards in the
Yeah.
in the video, but that is so cool. I think that's neat.
Yeah.
So shout out
They're
to
not advertising
Netflix.
it well enough, dude. Like
Yeah.
nobody knows about it, right?
That's why I wanted to bring it up. I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
So join me in the Netflix revolution.
You know
Yeah.
that Hulu has those commercials. That's like Hulu has live sports. Like, this is like Sean's version. Like Netflix has games.
They've got games.
Yeah.
And I've known that they've had games, and actually I've argued with Donnie and others that I don't think that Netflix is going to be the one to take down anybody in
No.
the gaming sphere with it. But here I am. I'm gonna try out this Arranger game, and I've been trying to figure out how I was gonna get my hands on it, of course, without spending a dime. So here we are, Netflix to the rescue. I already have Netflix.
There you go.
And of course, playing that there Final Fantasy VIII still very slowly.
Oh, yeah.
Tell
oh,
us.
man, what can I tell you guys about it? I was on a train with my crew, and then all of a sudden we're really happy, and we went to sleep, and I think we were having a dream, and I think we were playing up as other characters. Very confusing. Music's still very good. Story is complete nonsense. Final Fantasy VIII, dude. That's kind of my update this week. Or not nearly far enough to still render a verdict. But I think I'm gonna give it another week for it to it's got to get its hooks into me. It does not.
Right.
I'm playing it for the memes at this point. But I don't know if that's gonna be good enough to hold me for whatever it is, 80 hours.
How is the critically acclaimed junction system?
Junction system is confusing. That'll be the real telltale. It's what is happening here? You pair up like this monster with your character, and then you get to choose. Do you want to extract magic from the enemies in your battle system, or do you want to summon your GF, your guardian force? It is wild, man. It's very strange, but it looks good, and playing it for some reason. I can't even explain myself. This is very much like the last story. And the Carpool Gaming extended universe, our cinematic universe, expanded to the RPG cave, where Garrett Bland gave me the gears for playing this game. He's like, "What are you playing the wrong RPGs for?" So
I love that.
go enjoy that. Garrett's usually a very gentle, very kind person, but he
Everyone
Every
has their
now
one
and
limits.
with on me.
Yeah, a little bit. Every now and then the claws will kind of come out with Garrett. Like you'll
I love
call
it.
Ryan like a nerd, and yeah.
I love how anyone like snapping at Sean just went Lachlan
Pulling
on you.
Lachlan.
Like,
Mhm.
It's a verb at this
It's a
point.
little attitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's me.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it's really. I've been kind of tired this week. I ran a lot this weekend, so it's
Yeah,
it's kind
for
of,
sure.
I was
Kinda
gonna say
recovering a
you were
little
in
bit.
my stream the other night saying like I'm too tired to game, but I
was
want to
exhausted.
play something.
That's
You were like, what do I play, Lachlan?
I
I'm
wanna
tired.
play. Yeah, you were not having it. I was like,
what are you talking
That's
about?
how tired I was. Like, what am I going to Lachlan for sympathy for? Like, what am I doing this?
Yeah, that's
How low
that was
have
your
you
first
gotten,
mistake.
sir?
I know. Like, yeah, I should have known better. Because she went off on me too. She's like,
I was like, aren't
"Shut
you
up."
playing that FF game or whatever? That's what I was like.
You should have like
Truth-
DM'd me. I would have been nice to you.
Well, truth be told, all I was really trying to do, if Lachlan really wants to be mean about, I just want to win in the chat counter that she's got on her stream. Lachlan has
yeah.
a thing
Yeah.
where she shows the leaderboards, the top 5 chatters, and I'll just say
Start a
anything.
stream. Yeah.
So I'll just put whatever into the chat.
Yeah.
So at that time, it was like,
It's
this
not
is what's
amount
on
of
my mind.
words. It's how many lines, how many chats can you do?
Yeah, so I break my sentences up to individual.
Yeah. Like, this is so cool, as Sean would do.
That's me.
Yeah, trying to grind for
you
XP.
have to really try, because Ribo's always number one for the most part.
We're just pumping that engagement juice. It's really fun.
Wow.
Yeah. Tetris 99 had a Maximus Cup Platoon,
You did it?
which actually had pretty cool music. It was very nice. So I collected that.
Great music, yeah.
Pretty quickly, and not like very chill actually. Like when I think Splatoon, I think like kind of bopping, and it was just nice. It was pretty mellow until you got to the top 50 or top 10. No big deal, but
Yeah, I wouldn't know about that.
times. Yeah,
Yeah, me
yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Tetris 99, Final Fantasy 8, Netflix,
Yeah, some Netflix.
playing some Netflix games.
And chill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
with-
I let me do this, Sean, because there was a Final Fantasy VIII related question, and maybe this is just the right time to bring it in.
I think it is.
From this is actually to Cwaggy specifically. It does come to us from Awesome Dave 1337, and Dave says, "So I have a very important question for this secret guest. Why do you think Final Fantasy VIII is a masterpiece? I know you truly love the game, but I would love to hear in your own words why the game is truly a piece of art." And then in parentheticals, "Damn, I hope the guest isn't Savoy Prime, because then my question won't be answered."
Piece of something.
So, Awesome Dave, I have not played Final Fantasy VIII. However, I have played Final Fantasy 12 and Final Fantasy 4. So
Okay.
mathematically,
Nice,
if I
I like
subtract the two, maybe
There you go.
maybe that's where I need to go. Like maybe that's my next Final Fantasy.
Or
So-
16.
That is true. It actually just got a Steam release date. Unfortunately, my
Yeah.
computer looks like it also does not meet their minimum requirements for that, so I may
it's
be
Stegosaurus.
forced to go to 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was on PC a long time ago. We had the CD-ROM package.
Oh, that's
Very
true.
soft.
Yeah, I could get my physical. Yeah,
you
my
can get
PC.
physical.
Yeah,
Yeah, multiple CDs.
Does your PC have a disk drive?
it does. I think I only use it to install Windows.
Yeah, I was gonna
So-
say a lot of them don't.
Yeah, but I'm actually thinking for the next one, like, if that's the only reason I use it, like, there must be another way, like, on a USB load it, but...
Yeah.
But technically, yeah, I do have a Blu-ray or DVD drive, so...
Nice.
Yeah,
I
I've got a
love it.
DVD drive in this one, and I bought a Blu-ray drive for my build that I'm
Oh, did
slowly
you?
but surely collecting parts for. So yeah, I'll have a Blu-ray player in there. Yeah.
4K?
I don't think so. I think those are very expensive. I'm not.
gotcha.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's my
Wow.
Series X is my 4K.
Gotcha.
Get one of those separated ones, like how you used to have the HD DVD player for the 360.
Oh, I
There's
have
just like
that.
this
Yeah, it's up
this
there.
separated like brick that you plug into the front.
Yes, please.
Just do that. Yeah. Okay.
My monitor isn't even 4K actually. It's just really wide.
Is that right?
But it's not 4K.
As
Yeah.
big as it is?
Yeah, it's just wide. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Wycliffe. She liked that comment. It's just wide.
It's just wide.
Wide.
Just big old
love
boy,
it.
you know.
Just big.
EB.
I agree with Starthene in the chat says it's bananas how much attention Final Fantasy VIII gets up in here. I agree.
Same.
I agree. Fulia in the chat. I know the answer to this one, but we'll ask it. Fulia says, "Question for the king of the Xenobabes: which is your favorite Xenoblade Chronicles game?"
Well, actually, I did forget that I probably need to put this on for that. So,
Let's go.
let's see.
He brought a crown.
King's crown.
I have 3 daughters. I had, so many options to choose from.
Amazing.
I would definitely have to say 2. But actually, to modify that a little bit, then adopting the Nagachako way, 1 full experience, 2 plus Torna,
Plus
the Golden
Torna.
Country.
Yeah.
And it technically is if you want to get into the details on it, but I also don't want to spoil that. But yes, 2
Well, it is a
and
prequel.
Torna.
Yeah, Torna is a prequel, like straight up, right? So, I love it. Okay. The chat is loving it. The chat is loving the crown.
The crown.
Very shiny.
Amazing. So good. Oh, and a scepter.
No scepter.
Going full Mario 3 on us here. We're going. Let's go. I love this. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be quick with mine. I just have a couple things to shout. It's really just the same old stuff. I'm still playing Nintendo World Championships quite a bit. You know what I will say? I had the pleasure of guesting on Andross's stream. What was it, on Monday night? I hung out with him for like 2.5 hours, just playing this game together. Like, there's no multiplayer in the game. We were just playing it at the same time. And, like, you're not going to be able to find the clip, Sean, because he's been streaming
He's still
nonstop.
live. I can't go back. Oh,
you can't.
Man.
Yeah. He has been doing Andross August, where he has been streaming nonstop the entire month of August. So his streams have been going on for like 500 hours or something like that. So,
my goodness.
Yeah. So, yeah, you won't be able to find the clip. But we just hung out for like 2.5 hours just playing this game and just like swapping strategies and catching up and talking about life. And it felt like when you were a kid and you had like friends over. And he's got like Twitch plays Tears of the Kingdom. Like Twitch can type in like chat commands and play Hotkey with his chat.
What?
So, yeah, Andross is a programmer. Like that's what he does for a living. Like he's a software developer. So he just like designed that himself and he made it work, I guess. So
that is amazing.
The stream time has been up 524 hours, 38 minutes, and 42 seconds.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah. So shout outs to him, man.
Shout outs indeed.
Had a great time hanging out with him and playing Nintendo World Champion. We'll definitely do that again. It was super fun. I did the, they have like the weekly championship that you have like a week to do or whatever. I did those and got some good times there. And yeah, just it felt
That's
like
what we could do. We got to do that.
Yeah,
we got.
It's fun, man.
For that. Yeah.
Yes, it's super fun. Had a great time. Just felt like you were hanging out with like your childhood friend in the basement. You know what I mean? Like it had that vibe to it. And it's been a while since he and I have like really caught up. So it was just nice to talk to him. It was just sweet hangs, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so been playing that and finished SteamWorld Heist 2 this past week. Really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite games of the year for sure. It's a great follow-up to the first one. If you liked the first one, then like you should already be playing this. It's a great follow-up to the first one. I will say I do think it's a little too long. The game took me about 30 hours to get through. And compared to the first one is like perfectly paced for me. I replayed that like a year ago. It's like a 10 to 12 hour game. And it's just like boom, boom, boom. Like just the pacing it just flows so well. This one I do think fumbles the ball a little bit in that department. But otherwise, like I think it's a pretty like lateral improvement over the first one in basically every other way. The story is shockingly good. Like I was actually pretty moved by the story in some parts, and I don't know. I really enjoyed it. So,
do you feel like they added like extra fluff to make it longer, or was it just like a long story? Or
it feels a little. It does feel a little bit fluffy for sure. Like it does. It feels like it's maybe like one or two areas too big. Like the map didn't need to be that big. The story could have probably resolved, 5 to 6 hours sooner. That sort of thing. They also like you have a fairly large map for the game and you don't have like a fast travel. So you have to like, just zoom around the map and go everywhere sort of manually, which is a little annoying.
How's the map?
It's a good map.
Good
yeah,
map.
Works just fine. Good map.
Yep.
10 out of 10 map. Nice.
Yeah, good map. It has, I think I described it like Vampire Survivors. Like you can kind of kit out your ship with like guns and stuff, and you kind of just like maneuver around and it fires automatically. It kind of feels a little bit like Vampire Survivors.
Okay.
In that way. You have a couple of like Metroidvania-ish, like you'll get upgrades, like eventually you can go underwater and there's like more kind of like space underwater that you can explore. You can eventually like charge through like rocks and uncover more areas of the map, and yeah, it's good. It's I really did love it. It's just not like, it's funny because when you're comparing like SteamWorld Heist 1 to me is like a damn near perfect game. Like I really have like no complaints with that game. So when I'm comparing the two, like it's kind of worth the extra little bit of fat that the second game has because everything else about it is so good. Like I'm kind of okay with it having a little bit more fat to it, but I'm way less likely to replay Heist 2. Like Heist 1, I replay that all the time, like once a year or something. I'll just get a wild hair to go and replay it. But I don't. Because because Heist 2 is so long, I don't feel like I'll do that. You know what I mean? So yeah,
maybe I need to play this because I think I got it for free from either Epic Game Store or Prime Gaming with a GOT code or something. But I think I have it, so I need to check it out.
I love it. It's a very the SteamWorld games are so good about taking genres that I ordinarily do not like and making them good and accessible. I'm not the strategy game guy at all. But SteamWorld Heist just really they do a great job of streamlining everything and just making it accessible and easy to pick up and play. The first game was a 3DS game. I played it on 3DS, and it was perfect for that. So and it's great handheld game. I'm on the couch before I go to bed or something. It rules. It's really good. So yeah.
Sorry, that crown is not designed for adult heads, so yeah, I had to take that out. So
that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Well, with that being said,
wait.
Oh, sorry.
Wait. What's next?
What's up?
What do you got? What's on deck, Seth? What are you thinking of moving on? What are you moving
well,
on to?
we have some stuff coming out pretty soon that I'm looking forward to.
What are you playing next?
I mean the big thing for me is Star Wars Outlaws. I'm gonna be that's my most anticipated game of the year. I can't wait to get my hands on that. But then on Switch, Emio comes out next week. Ooh. So I'm gonna pick up Emio as well. And there's a demo out for it too, but I don't think I'm gonna play it because I'm already buying the game. Right. I'm just gonna wait, But there is a demo for people who want to check that out. And they're releasing it in chunks.
And I'm waiting on your review before I decide if I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
And then I'll talk about it, and then Sean will get it, and he'll think that I'm the only one that's going to get
it. Yes. That's exactly right.
Actually, it's exactly... I want to see Lockleth play it. Truly.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know... I'm just curious to know, how dark the theming gets, that type of thing, really. So, Seth will give me an honest opinion of it.
Yeah.
Just like the Exit 8. Yeah.
Just like the Exit 8, so the game that Lockleth introduced us all to.
Yep. Yeah. It is I. The one that introduces everyone to the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seth, you need to play more games.
Yeah.
I know. And I should really... My problem is I don't play them when they're new and they come out. I play them a year later. That's my problem.
Last to play Suika game.
Yeah.
Famously last. Yeah.
Famously, the last one, everybody else was importing it off the Japanese eShop like an idiot and talking about it here weeks before it came out in America. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Toilet paper game. Should have been on
I
know.
Yeah. Well, everybody was giving me my credit this week for what it's worth. So, shall we dive into some questions and let me take a little victory lap here?
Yeah. Victory lap.
Yes, please do.
So, Quaggy, I know you're excited about this. So let's just get straight into this one. Kevin Ainsworth asks, Seth, now that you've shown us all the light regarding Paper Mario, what other game are we all blinded by nostalgia for? # Seth was right. So this is a bit of a phenomenon that's been going on here lately because both Kevin and Ryan were playing the 1,000 Year Door remake at the same time. Both of them dropped it.
Yeah.
Both of them were like, this game's really boring. And they both were not feeling it. And Kev, I think, had played it when it first came out, and he remembered it being really good. And playing the remake, he's just kind of like, it just doesn't really hold up. And, of course, before the game came out, and Quaggy, you and I were talking about this, I've never been, that big of a fan of the 1,000 Year Door. I think it's, good, but it's not a masterpiece like everybody says. And I was trying to tell people before the game came out, I don't know, man, y'all might want to, temper your expectations a little bit because the game's not, in my opinion anyway, it's just not at that masterpiece level. And sure enough, when the game came out, everybody started playing it and they're like, I don't know. I heard a lot of people fool ya. Brian Eck was talking about it, Kev and Ryan now.
Literally everyone.
Everybody, literally everybody, are kind of seeing the light a little bit. They're kind of like, this just doesn't hold up the same way all this time later. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it has big problems. It is not a masterpiece, And # Seth was right. So, there it is.
Yeah, I played it on the GameCube, and that was at a time where we weren't getting that many games at a time, right? So like I was probably even more susceptible to like hey, I'm just gonna trudge through it and try to finish it because it's not like I have like 10 other games to play like I do now. And I couldn't remember exactly what chapter it was, but after you talking about it, Seth, around where it came out, basically like kind of that chapter 3 standpoint, like just kind of being a big slog. I kind of looked up at a walkthrough trying to figure out where I stopped, and I basically stopped at the end of chapter 3. Like I basically got to the exact same part you were talking about. I'm like, nope, I'm done.
That is crazy. It's crazy to me how universal this is. Like, what is happening in this chapter? Like, it makes me want to play it. It makes me want to find out and then push through to say that I did. Like, it draws that special weirdness out of me. All this talk about stopping at the exact same point. I'm like, how bad could this be? Like, what is going on?
It's boring. There's so much. You talk about a game with too much reading. Like, that game has too much reading.
This is not me. I've just noticed that people seem to be commenting a lot on the reading factor. So
it's a lot. There's a lot of reading, and it's like the way that chapter in particular is designed is it's literally like you're walking through a hallway, doing a fight, walking back, resting, doing another fight. Like it's just
funny.
You rinse and repeat for like 5 hours, and that's the chapter.
So there's a part in Final Fantasy VIII, since we were talking about that right now, where there's this mission that you're going on with your friends. You're supposed to like hijack a train or something. And it lays out like every step of the plan. It's like, there's going to be sensors on this train and these kinds of sensors on this train. And these guards are wearing blue and that means this. And these guards are going to be wearing red and that means, and it goes through this. And I'm just like, what am I in for here exactly? It's like, there's going to be a code you got to enter in. You got to enter in just exactly right, blah, 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 blah. So I'm paying so much attention to these instructions. By the time it gets to the end of the instructions, I can't remember what it started with. So then I get into the mission, and it was fine. It was like, it definitely did not require that much explanation. But I was like taking screenshots. I'm like, I'm going to have to reference this. It was going to be nuts. But yeah, you just let us play the game,
Yeah. Yeah, it just needs to be handled in a compelling way, because Ron's in the chat saying, what's wrong with the world and reading is a problem. Dude, like, I love, like, Citizen Sleeper, and that game is basically a playable novel. Like, I like reading in games, I'm fine with it, but, like, the stuff that's happening in the Thousand Year Door is just not that compelling, Like, it's not as cool as you think it is. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not. So, anyway, what's interesting, though, is, like, this concept of like nostalgia, and are some games better left in the past, right? Like I call these my Big Fish games. Like if you ever seen the movie Big Fish, where it's like I don't want to go back and find out that the fish that I caught when I was a kid and I thought it was really big, it's actually tiny. That's kind of how I look at it. And there's some games that definitely like, I mean, I hate to say it, but every time I replay Ocarina of Time, I'm like, I like it a little less every time I replay it. You know what I mean?
That's why I haven't played it. I'm scared to play Ocarina again.
Like, there are things about it that really hold up, but like every time I replay it, it's just there's a little more rust on the, on the armor there, and there's definitely stuff like that. I talked when Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp came out. Like, I liked those games when they came out, but I was like, this is kind of miserable, dude. Like, playing it on Switch, I was like, I hate this. Like, I put it down. I was like, I do not like this at all today. Yeah, I know people are going to be mad at me. And here's the deal, right? Because like Ocarina of Time, this is like where you kind of have to like draw a line in the sand of where does it place in time. In its placement in time, incredibly important game, right? Like there's very few games that are more important than Ocarina of Time. But like replaying it, I'm like, this holds up a little worse every time I replay it. Now, there's still things that I really like about it. I love the way it looks still. I love the music still. But, stuff like that. But like some of the dungeon design kind of sucks by today's standards. Moving around the world is kind of clunky. I don't know. The pacing of it, this might be the most depressing show since the PlayStation Drive shelved games episode. Wasn't that the last episode? Yes, Lachlan.
I have played almost 3,000 hours of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I do not feel the same.
Well, good. Yeah. I mean, there are games that are like that, right? But if you go back to, say, Animal Crossing 1, does that still hold up? You know what I mean? Like, this time
I never
later?
played it initially anyways, so when I play that game now, it's like, ooh, it's different. It's less graphically enhanced. The villagers actually have a say whether they want to leave. I can't force them to stay here.
I do like that.
It gives them a little bit more freedom, you know?
Well, for still kicking Ocarina while it's down, I mean, Ocarina is still like my top 5, so like don't think anything. But I did play Ocarina before I played Link to the Past, and I played Link to the Past in college. And after completing that, I'm like, Ocarina is just like a 3D Link to the Past. Like, it kind of took away the magic that I thought this. I mean, again, I still think Ocarina is incredible, but it is kind of like, made it not as special, because I feel like it's all it really did is just kind of 3Dify A Link to the Past. For me.
Yeah.
But
well, that's what they were going for, right? Like, that's what the objective was when that game was coming out. Like, it's like, how do we take these franchises and make them 3D? And I also think that it's fine and even healthy to go back and reevaluate art compared to the modern standard. And when I go back and replay Ocarina of Time, I can enjoy it because, like, I can respect where it is in history and how it made me feel when I was a kid and stuff like this, which is very special. But compared to like my modern tastes and the things that I like in games now, it doesn't stack up. Do Mario 64 next. Yeah, like Mario 64 is another one.
We'll
for
do
me.
it.
Let's do it. Good call, Yarden.
Yeah, the camera system. Atrocious.
I like watching speedruns of Mario 64. I watch that a lot in Mario 64. But I think it's important, man. I don't think we should hold the same opinions forever.
Yeah.
Like, that's so boring. Like, it's so boring to me to just like feel the exact same way about something for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't know.
I'm trying to divert the attention here. I'm struggling to think of something that is not as good as I liked it before. I don't know, man. But I think you bring up a good point. Like, because I do that. I make up my mind. I'm like, that game is amazing, and I never want to change my mind because it's such a precious moment, as it were.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's okay, because you can leave that stuff in the past. You know what I mean? And that's fine. That could be a decision that you make.
And the question is built in such a way that all it's going to do is cause us to like say games that we love. And it's like, well, I guess maybe Mario Land, the 6 golden coins. Like, maybe that's not as good. And it's like, I don't know. It's pretty great.
The thing is, right, is playing NES Nintendo World Championships. I'm like, man, so many of these games still hold up. Like a lot of these games do. But then you were texting me when you were playing it, and you were like, yeah, Kid Icarus. I'm like, yeah, that game sucks. You know what I mean?
Like, what is this?
Kid Icarus is bad. Like, yes, like that's a bad game. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to look at something and be like, something that I liked as a kid doesn't always have to hit me the same way as an adult.
What about Earthworm Jim? Do you think Earthworm Jim still holds up? I haven't played that in a while, but that could be risky. That could be risky. Not so much Lachlan. No.
Lachlan's shaking her head. She's like, no.
Absolutely not.
No thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's interesting. I think it's important that we reevaluate art. And by the way, all the Ocarina of Time enjoyers out there who are like pissed at me right now, it's fine. We can disagree. Like, it's completely fine. It's just the way I feel about it. And like, likewise,
Majora's Mask. Some people love Ocarina. Some people love Majora's Mask. So there you go.
Yeah, I do. I do love Majora's Mask, and there are plenty of of Zelda games that that I think do hold up and stand the test of time. And some games I think I like more as my tastes change. And we should always reevaluate our modern tastes. And the things that I used to play don't hit me the same now. Even games that I still like. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. There's a lot of games that this is probably true of. When Halo 3 came out, right? I loved it. I was like head over heels in love with Halo 3. And then replaying it on the Master Chief Collection, I was like, this is like my least favorite of the trilogy. Like, pretty easily, Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of examples of this for me. But then the opposite's true too, right? Where like sometimes I'll go back to an old game and it's better than I remember.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, like Link to the Past is actually like better in my estimation than I remember it. Like going back and playing, Sean's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
That was
Link
me
Between
with
Worlds.
yeah, that was me with the Majora's Mask. I did not like that on
Yeah.
Nintendo 64. The whole time mechanic stressed me out, and I couldn't figure out what to do. And then I played it again on the I think it was like the collector's disc that came out with Wind
Yeah.
Waker, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot more that way. So it definitely can go the other way.
totally.
Pilot Wing 64 goes the other way. Is way better than you remember.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's an interesting thing, and I think it's important because Matt says, "Oh, I'm upset, but I still love you." I look, I appreciate the level-headedness in the chat, at least. Yeah. I mean, I could go on. There are other games that come to mind, but I feel like I've already burned the green earth around me enough.
Yeah, everybody's gone. Well, you could keep going. Everybody stopped listening. So
That's true. Everybody's
tell
already
us, tell
clicked
us how
off.
you feel. Yeah.
Yeah, don't care about what I
just
have to say anymore.
Aw,
that's
come
fine.
on.
No, it's fine.
I care.
I care.
Well, thank you. Well, it's funny though. Like I put out a Zelda tier list like late last year, and I put Ocarina in B tier, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, still really good. Like I love it. It meant a lot to me when I was a kid and stuff. But B tier, and like all the comments are just like Ocarina in B tier. What are you talking about? Like unsubscribe. I'm just like, dude. Make your own tier list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, anyway.
Everything's S tier. Equally great.
Yeah. And nobody loves Zelda more than me, dude. Like, that's my favorite franchise. It means a great deal to me.
I love Zelda the most. Nobody loves it more than me.
Nobody loves it more than me. I love Zelda more than anything. The biggest Zelda fan.
Biggest Zelda fan.
You gotta do the hands.
I saw him. I was like, wow, that's a big Zelda fan.
I said, wow, what a big Zelda fan. The best Zelda fan. Yes, Lachlan.
My cheeks hurt.
Since we're talking about Zelda, I just remembered because it's been like over a week since I played Link's Awakening. That game, I am going to struggle through the next 2, maybe 3 streams it's going to take me to finish. Because the last time I streamed it, I was so frustrated.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to ask you about, because you've been playing it on stream, but you don't really bring it up too much on the show.
Oh my
and maybe
gosh.
that's
It was
why
so very frustrating. That's why I played Deliver Us the Moon this week. That's why I'm playing a completely different game this weekend. I'm just holding and not playing it till maybe next week. I don't know. Like I'm like putting it off. I need 2 more instruments. I needed 3 at the start of my stream. I only need 2 more. And yeah. Yeah,
F's in
Star,
the chat.
exactly. Yeah.
F's in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Carpool Gaming loved video games. Come on, y'all.
Damn.
Come on.
Pretty funny.
Anyways.
I'm so close
That's a pretty
though.
funny one.
I'm
Yeah.
so close though. I'm gonna finish it.
can
It's
do
just
it.
gonna be kicking and screaming probably. I
Nice.
wanted to scream so much playing it last time.
Mm-hmm.
So frustrating.
Well,
Oh, man. Hopefully we find games we like soon.
Yeah.
speaking of liking video games,
Nice.
Savoy Prime put in a question this week. Hello, Nintendo drivers. What's y'all's hype levels for Mario and Luigi Brothership?
Ooh.
How are y'all feeling? Because I'll tell you, I am pretty hyped for this. This
I
is
am
one
too.
I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, you're with me, Quaggy? Excited for
Yeah.
it?
The one thing I'm disappointed though is that isn't it like a week after Extra Life that comes out?
It's close. It's pretty close to Extra Life, yeah.
Because I totally would buy that. Have that on the plane ride up, playing it that weekend, and I think it's literally like that Monday, maybe after, maybe
Yeah.
Thursday after,
Thursday,
because I know they
probably.
come out Thursday now. But but yeah, that was actually probably the game that I was most excited about on the last Direct. I never played Mario and Luigi, but it looks really good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man. Can't wait. Everybody's in the chat. Super Nintendo had said B is too high for Ocarina of Time. Goodness gracious.
Ooh.
Really
To
painting
be
a target on your
fair,
back there.
I forgot about this game.
Did you really?
I did. Until this question came up and I was like, oh yeah, that's coming out. I'm still not excited by how it looks. I'm sorry.
Really? That
It's-
surprises me.
I don't like cell shading very much.
Really?
I'm not a fan of that. Like why you gotta have such a harsh line?
What's with that outline?
Get the harsh line out. Why the line got to be so
Yeah.
harsh?
What is this, a coloring book? Get out of here.
Interesting. I would have assumed you would like the kind of colorful cell shaded stuff.
I like that it's colorful. It's just the line. I don't know. It's almost, it reminds me of when an animated show gets turned into a movie too many times and it gets to that point where it's like that ugly 3D, you know?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like Coco Melon, like, you know?
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
Coco
Oh,
Melon. How is that even? No, don't even get me started. If we want to hate things, we can hate on Coco Melon. That's not fair that that's so popular. They put $14 into the development of that thing.
Yeah, we were talking about games that did all the right things and making no money, and you could argue that some TV show that did the bare minimum and came out during a pandemic, you know, just like timing.
Yeah.
Burn it with fire. Yeah.
Lachlan says Mario and Luigi Brothership a little Coco Melon coated. That's pretty good.
Listen, I don't know.
Dang. Okay. All right. Where are you at with this, Sean? You hyped for this?
It's not a good episode for.
Sean doesn't like. Sean agrees.
I'm kind of with you. November 7th is the release date, and I have been aware of this because I've got that voucher I've got to spend. I can't believe it hasn't expired yet, and I'm like, where do I throw this voucher? What am I going to be picking up? And I'm looking at what's coming, and I can't throw a voucher at this one, you guys.
Really?
When does it expire?
No. What's that?
When does it expire?
I gotta find out. Maybe it was today.
You gotta
He's
check.
gambling.
We gotta check in the
I'm
post
kinda
show. Yeah, I'm worried this thing's about to expire.
Living on
man.
the edge, man. I might have to go back. There's one that came out already that I might throw it back at. So yeah, post show we'll check it out. Or maybe in the next question I'll go get my Switch and we'll load up the eShop. But
Are you
I'm
getting
kind of with
Echoes
you.
with one?
Maybe
You have one left.
I've got one left. One left. Vouchers, yeah. But Lincoln and the kids would love this game. Like, they love Mario and Luigi, and I have almost no history with the series, like, at all. So that definitely plays into it for me. And it's about a week or so before Ellie's birthday, so maybe. But,
Yep.
I mean, talk to me about Mario Party Jamboree, and I'm singing a different song. Like, that I can get excited about. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll wait for your review, of course, Seth.
Okay. And then
See what you
Lachlan's
think about it. And then Lachlan will play. And then, got to finish Final Fantasy VIII first, of course.
Oh,
Of course. Yeah.
And then
Get that.
Xenoblade 2.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quaggy's ears perked up.
Yep. Then Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, yeah. That's the next year of your life right there.
I know. Dragon Age is coming out on Halloween. Holy cow.
Yeah. There's a lot of good games coming out, man.
Yeah.
Let it never be said that Carpool Gaming doesn't like video games. We like some video games.
Just not the last story.
That's true.
The
yeah.
Wii's The Last Story.
Jan32 says, and then 4 years from now, Sean will be like, have you heard of this Super Mario Brothership?
I'm like, I just finished Odyssey, so I'm going to move on to Brothership.
All right. Well, let's see. We have a question here from the Jiggy Collector, or as Lachlan said in her latest episode of Pants, the Yiggy Collector.
Yiggy.
Which I think has to be
Get
it.
Yiggy with it.
Yeah,
Getting Yiggy with
Quaggy.
it. Let's go. It is I, the Yiggy Collector. I started playing Stardew Valley on Xbox, streamed it last night with a friend. She taught me so much of the game. My question is, can I beat this game? Have you beat this game? I know Sean talked about it. Thanks, Nindrive. So, can you beat Stardew Valley? Is that a possibility?
I think technically yes.
Yeah.
There is a end.
Mm-hmm.
But some people like to get like perfection, and I don't know if you have to get perfection to beat it, or if getting perfection is beating it. Like, I don't know the minute details, but I've never beaten it. I'm in fall right now. So
Of year one?
yeah.
Year one fall. Yeah.
Yeah. That's as far as I've ever gotten.
I do like that game quite a lot. Yeah, so chill. It's funny. Maybe I should think about it in a way of having an ending, because when I do think of it, I don't think of it as being able to complete it, and that actually keeps me away from it in a weird way. Like, because sometimes I'll play a game like for completion to roll credits or something like that, because it at least gives me like some sort of sign that like, okay, and it's time to move on. And if it doesn't have that, I'll find any place to pop off. So, which is kind of what I've done at the moment with Stardew, which is unfortunate. So maybe I should think about like even just to play to like 5 years or something like that.
Right.
I just kind of like better wrap my mind around it, because I'm an old man. I didn't come from the time of endless games as a service kind of thing. Like, you wanted to beat the game, so I miss it. I like Stardew Valley quite a lot.
That was the thing,
Gotta quit
right?
my
Like when
job.
we were kids, you beat like we beat it. Like it was a
You wanted
challenge
to beat
beat.
the game. Yeah, the only thing
to
that maybe
overcome.
doesn't qualify is like maybe a fighting game, but even then, like you'd want to, beat him Bison.
Beat the opponent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever, the boss of the arcade mode or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's in Japanese culture. They say like I've cleared the game, which which I kind of like. I think that's like kind of a nice terminology for it. Have you ever? Are you a Stardew guy, Quaggy? Ever play Stardew?
I haven't. I actually feel like I need to try it though because it was one of the Harvest Moon games. I actually played a lot. I can't remember if it was the GameCube or was there one on Super Nintendo?
There's one on N64
Oh,
and Super
N64.
Nintendo, I think.
Yeah,
Actually, I think there might have been one. Yeah.
I can't remember which one it was, but I did remember really enjoying those. I know nowadays you don't want to play the Harvest Moon games because I think it's like a different developer, but I think it's now like It's a Wonderful Life. Is that what it's called? Or?
Yeah, there's a one that was like a remake, and like they've also homogenized it back to like the Story of Seasons.
Story of
title.
Seasons. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah. So I feel like I need to give it a shot. I mean, it's like sold so many already, and
It's like 30
I feel like
million units.
yeah, I feel like I need to add mine on top of it. But no, I unfortunately haven't played Stardew.
Nice. Yeah, I think most people would probably find something to like about Stardew. It gets its hooks in you. Yeah, for me, when I played it, my version of like beating the game was the community center. Like once I did the community
Right.
center, I was done. You know, like doing that, I was like, okay, like I feel pretty good about it now. You know, and I kind of put it down, and I haven't got. My wife is playing it literally in the other room right now, so Stardew Valley's still prevalent in our house, but that was kind of where I stopped. So,
I want to say I got to the bottom of the mines. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I've done that.
100
so-
floors.
Yep.
Yep. Nice.
Go me.
Go you.
There's
Go
more
Sean.
mines, Sean.
That's why I kind of put it out there. I'm like, there must be, because it's. I feel like it's early for that to be quote unquote completed. Like,
Sure.
So
Yeah.
surely there is more.
There's
Yeah.
more mines elsewhere, I guess I should say.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a busted up bridge I gotta fix. So maybe over
Yes.
yonder.
The game's a little bit bigger than you initially think. So yeah, the Yiggy collector, just keep chipping away, have fun, and you decide when you want to put it down. You know,
Don't ever
That's-
put it down.
yeah, play it forever,
Forever.
the rest of your
Mhm.
life.
For the rest of your life.
Star Athena asked, "Hello, with Gamescom happening this week, have you been able to watch any of it? Are you excited about anything? Any news that caught your eye?" I didn't have this in our notes because, to be honest, there wasn't a whole lot of Nintendo stuff at Gamescom. Did anybody have anything they wanted to flag specifically from Gamescom this week that maybe jumped out at you? Anything? Any?
Not really.
Bueller? Yeah.
No,
me
I
neither.
know. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not,
nothing for me.
Not great podcasting.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah. not really.
I caught up on some of the headlines. I didn't get to watch opening night live or whatever. A lot of us were busy. It was like in the mid. I think it was at like noon or something like that when that was happening for us here in the States. So unfortunately, we didn't get to watch it live or anything. But I caught up on some of the headlines, and yeah, a lot of the stuff just isn't really for me. I will say that Secret Level show sounds really cool. I don't know if y'all saw that. There you go, a little roundup of all the Switch-related stuff on
Yeah, this is
Nintendo
on
Live.
Nintendo Life. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited
So,
for Secret Level because there's going to be
Yeah.
some Concord on there.
yeah, it's cool. So Secret Level is like a 15-episode anthology series from the people who did Love, Death, and Robots, which I also really enjoyed.
I loved that too.
Yeah, really good. And it's that same team, and they're making 15 episodes each based on a video game. So there's like a Mega Man episode coming. There's like a Pac-Man, a Spelunky episode. Concord, as Lachlan said. I think Star Wars Outlaws might be getting an episode. So it looks really good. There's a God of War episode coming. So yeah, really cool. But yeah, there wasn't like a ton that really spoke to me. We're looking at some of these trailers here on Nintendo Live for some of these games that are coming to Switch, but yeah, not a whole lot of stuff that like really jumped out and smacked me in the face. You know, so
Just a light tap.
yeah, a little light tap. You know, a couple little highlights, but nothing too crazy for me. So
Yeah, kind of scrolling through. I'm like, I don't know
Oh,
that I missed
Bloom
anything.
Bloomtown
Town.
looks good.
Bloomtown.
That does look good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cozy, scary, creepy.
Graveyard Keeper devs.
Yes.
Really
Wait,
good pixel art.
Cozy and scary?
Yeah,
Isn't that
Yes.
like it's
Oh, look at
opposite?
that. Oh, no.
it's scary. It's turn-based, I believe. Like I'm interested in it, but I'm not a big fan of turn-based games. But I like the theming of it. I like the style of it, of course. But there's some dark stuff going on. Evil creatures. I saw the trailer yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I'm intrigued by it. This comes out next week, I think. So, or not
September
next week, sorry, next
24th.
month. Next month is what I
September
meant. Yeah,
24th,
September 24th. Yeah. It is coming to Switch. Looks cool. Yeah, I like it. And some of these too, like Caravan Sandwich, like I think that looks really cool too, but like this was at Day of the Devs.
Yeah.
But this got a release date. I think this is also coming in like mid to late September. But this looks really good too. I'm looking forward to this as well. So
A lot of September games. Echoes is gonna take over
I
my
know.
life at the end, so
Yeah. A lot of September stuff coming. So yeah,
You know,
there's a couple
Virgo
new
season.
things. That's right. That's right. Virgo season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Your time.
We have a Xenobabes related question from Nagachaka. What is your favorite thing about the best RPG series on a Nintendo or on the Nintendo Switch, which everyone knows is Xenoblade Chronicles #Xenobabes? Now, Nagachaka, this is a pointed question when Nagachaka found out that Quaggy was going to be on the show tonight. So, Quaggy, what's your favorite thing about Xenoblade?
How long you got? I guess if I had to just pick one, I
No,
would say
3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
I'm just making it up now. I want to hear more.
I would say the soundtrack. I mean, I haven't played
with you.
any of them in the past, like, I don't know, I guess a year or two now, maybe 1 year. But I still find myself listening to the soundtrack, maybe not every day, but at least like once a week, if not. Like, there's just certain songs that when I'm taking a shower, I want to blast at full volume, and it's just,
Let's
you
go.
know, it's amazing. So I would say the soundtrack by far would be the one thing I like the most about it.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was going to be my answer too. Like, for my money, Xenoblade 3's soundtrack is like the most impressive collection of music in any game ever. Like, in terms of the volume of music that is in that game and that it's all excellent, it's very impressive. The pause menu music is, yeah, it's one of the great pause menu themes of all time. That's for sure. So, yeah. I don't know. What would you all say is your Sean Lockleth, your favorite thing about Xenoblade?
The reading and the map. Very, very no. Man, this is a game that it's very long, and by that nature, it can push people away. And yet, the pacing and the stakes, like what is at stake here, had me just totally engrossed, and allowed me to complete the game before Amanda and Lockleth. So
That's true.
and the thing is, like, it continued to surprise me. Like, every time I think, like, oh, okay, like, I kind of see where this is going. It's like it takes a turn, and it didn't feel like out of place. It still like was within the world that was created here, and the characters, of course, is a fine balance of like you can very quickly have too many characters, but they all play a very specific role in the story and engrossing me in the game itself, as I have the screen up here for us to look at this entire time. But like, kind of like Quaggy said, like, how much time do you got, man? Like, this is, what did it take me, like 100 hours or something to beat this game, 80 or 90 hours or something like that? And it's like, for somebody who has limited time to play games, like, there's got to be something special there. I feel like a lot of people talk about the combat, and that can either win you over or can push you away. But it allowed me to just kind of like turn my brain off enough and but still be engaged just enough for the story to play out. And I was always excited to see what was gonna happen next. The deaths that happen feel like they're earned, and they feel like they matter. Not like Ingrid in Fire Emblem. She just barely even knew her that she was gone. I didn't even know that she was gone.
And Cult of the Lamb for Lockleth,
Damn.
right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'll bring you back.
Yeah, you have a
You can
sequel.
resurrect.
Quaggy too.
Yeah, you have a
Seth's
sequel.
gone. Like, he just wanted to be.
Yeah, just
you know.
get me out of there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You were very happy about it. You had a big smile on your face when you were
True to life.
sacrificed.
Yeah.
But I've completed 3 and the first one, so I just got to get the second one down. But
Save the best for last.
I guess so.
There you go.
I guess so. But I mean, I hold the third. I didn't think anything was gonna beat the first one. After I play like what got Shulk and the Monado, everything was just such an amazing story there. I'm like, how can it get better? And I think 3 is better for a lot of different reasons.
I agree.
And so it's like, how does it get better than this? Like, how do you beat this? What an incredible story, love story, story about life. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like this brutal war story, which it certainly is, but it's so much more than that. Man, thanks for. Let me just kind of think about this game for a little bit. Just kind of go back mentally.
Good video
It's been a while since I played it. But yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the game that Seth talked about quite a lot before any of us.
When it first came out, when it was new.
Yeah,
on this show.
On this show, yeah.
Before I joined.
You were here. Yep. Yeah,
That's
Xenoblade,
funny.
man. Holy cow. That's what I'm searching for. Like, what am I missing? There's got to be others out there. Other fun games that are just so... It's all the things. 10 out of 10. This game is so good. Damn it. I gotta play the
Just a
expansion.
shame
There's
about that
expansion
ending.
here.
You may want to.
Yeah, the final boss is no good. That's true.
Yeah.
You may want to save the expansion after you play 2.
Yes.
Okay,
You should.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The expansion is like the cherry on top of like the whole series. It really, you're missing out if you don't play everything leading up to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss out. I have a fear of it.
Yeah. It's called FOMO. If you're missing
I have a
out.
fear of missing out for sure.
Lachlan, what's your
and-
favorite
and
thing about Xenoblade?
Of course, yeah, you go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
no,
off, Sean.
I'm
I'm
done.
sorry.
Me?
Yeah. What do you think? What's your favorite
Hi,
thing
it is
about Xenoblade?
I
Me?
like the menu music, and I'm a Xenobabe, even though I haven't played it in a little while. I still have my shirt that I need to tie-dye. We don't talk about it. And when I do, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when I finish the third, I'm going to go back and find some video somewhere, because I'm sure it's a thing, and watch all the cutscenes all together, because that's the other thing that I really like about
movie?
the game. Yeah.
It'll take you a week. It's
I
like
don't care.
13 hours.
A feature film.
I don't care. That's literally one of my
God.
favorite
Oh, I
parts.
wanna
Every
do
time a
that.
cutscene ends, and I'm like, dang, I wanted to
Yes.
see more.
Oh, yeah, good one.
Yeah.
Not just the music or the characters or the story, like the cutscenes. Yes.
Yeah.
What
What
a reward.
What chapter are you in, Lachlan? You remember?
I'm in 3, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's getting
You're getting to
better.
the good stuff.
You don't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, she doesn't know.
She doesn't even know.
Yeah, the good stuff. Chapter 4 and 5 is where the real good
Oof.
stuff is. Yeah. Yep.
John weeped.
Yep. Sean weeped.
Yeah, chapter 5. Just, yeah.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
weeping on the bus. I was playing that game on public transit. I'm like, what is happening?
Are you okay, sir?
Have you ever played Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Have a
I
moment.
love it. Okay.
Good
well,
question. Yeah, we like
great
video games
question.
around here.
Great question.
Yeah,
see? Look,
equally as good as the other
equally as
question.
good, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
equally as good as all the other ones. Like this one from Croco Kyle. Croco Kyle says, "Hey y'all, what were some of your favorite gaming rumors from when you were younger? I'm talking the ones that spread around the playground before the internet was really a thing. Personally, I'll never forget about learning about Missingo from is my cherished Pokemon Blue from another kid at summer camp, and of course the lie that was Mew under the truck. Appreciate y'all as always. Thank you for making my week better." Now, Lachlan and I have the same thought. When this question came in, I was like, I could have sworn that Croco Kyle, I don't know if like maybe he asked it and like we didn't hit it one week or something like that. So I don't know. I wanted to make sure we hit it this week. And then Quaggy, you said that you had something locked and loaded for this. Mm-hmm. What was your thought on this?
So I may be testing if I'm the one that was spreading the rumors, but I would go to the grave thinking like I think this is true. So on the back of a Kraft macaroni box, well, I don't know, back in the early to mid 90s, I was convinced that's how I learned, and I guess spoiler alert for Super Mario Brothers 1, 40-year-old game, but it had the secret on the back for World 4 Level 2 of the vine that gets you up to, so you can warp the World 8.
Warp Zone.
And that was like before, we really had the internet, so like I'm like, how else did I remember it? But I'm convinced that it was on the back of a Kraft macaroni, it was like a Nintendo Kraft partnership. But I tried Googling it and couldn't come up with anything. So, but
I bet
I'm pretty,
that's real. I bet
It
I like to
sounds
think
real.
it is. Yeah. Yeah, so that's mine, but maybe it is real, but I can't prove it. So
Like a
love
Mandela
that.
effect for video games.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's funny is Nintendo Power would just have stuff like that, like all the time. Like they would just have little, like at the back of the book, you just get a little like section that just has like, you know, little, not necessarily like rumors or whatever, but like they would get tips and tricks and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah. Stuff like that, telling you where the warp zone is and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, for the ones that Crocodile shouts out are the big ones for me. The Pokemon ones are the big ones for me. But
Oh, there was a rumor on our playground that in Mario Mario Brothers, you could jump over where it's all automated. He's gonna run into the castle. There's a way to not go in the castle, but then also not get into the warp zone. That was gonna take you to 1-2. There's a way to somehow like jump over that.
yeah.
like jump over the flag.
No, like there was a way to take control back of Mario, like when it's
I
all
see.
just playing through, and you could actually take control back and jump over, and you could just run on forever, kind of thing. And same with you, Quaggy. Like now, as I talk it through, I'm like, was that like a Game Genie thing? Like maybe it was like a game, like maybe there's possibility to just like fly over top, and you just have like this endless Mario, background kind of thing going on over. Yon32 says we thought it was jump over the flag. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. This was a common, Yon32 says we had the same one. It was a common lie, but it came from the same person and not Jonathan Brown, a different Jonathan B on the playground. He lied about everything. He said he had 3 Super Nintendos. Like, what are you lying about that for?
Everybody knew that compulsive liar kid.
Oh,
There's always
the
that
worst.
kid. Yeah.
Come on, JB.
Come on. Different Jonathan
Well, different.
Brown.
Yeah, come on, different JB. Come on.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Does anything come to mind for you, Lockleth? Any rumors or anything like that you heard as a kid?
You can finish Stardew Valley.
That was the rumor.
Yeah.
Well, I play video games, but like I kept to myself. Are we surprised?
Yeah.
So no, I don't have any childhood rumors.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I want to say there was. I have a vague, as we're talking about this, I have a vague memory that there was like, there was some kind of rumor around like Pokemon Snap, like a hidden area in Pokemon Snap or something, that I kept hearing people talk about. Like if you did like these very specific like, chains of events, you could get to like a secret area in Pokemon Snap, and it wasn't real. I don't remember exactly, but then like it felt real because there were just enough things in Pokemon Snap that were like that. Like,
Right.
oh, if you throw this Pester Ball at like the Magikarp and knock him into the waterfall, it becomes a Gyarados, stuff like that. That stuff is in the game, but
That
like,
sounds awesome.
yeah. Oh, Pokemon Snap rules. Yeah, I talked about an old game that still holds up. Yeah, there was some stuff that was real like that in that game. So the other stuff seemed believable. Yeah, I don't know, but that was the big one. Pokemon related rumors I heard a lot as a kid growing up. Yeah, big time.
Good
Okay.
question.
Last question. Let's talk a little bit about this Nintendo Museum. Because Clayton Dwyer asks, what are your thoughts about the Nintendo Museum? Anything in particular that has you hyped? And does anyone else get emotional every time you see a Miyamoto? Or is that just me? Shiggy making anybody emotional when you see him?
I'm waiting for that shirt reveal.
Yeah, to see what shirt he's rocking.
Yeah.
See him wearing a Xenobabe shirt.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Did you guys watch this? The Nintendo Museum Direct?
I did, and I even during the tour, at the end he still says, "Well, what'd you think?"
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite thing ever.
He said it at the end. I was like, "This is not even a game, sir. What do you mean?"
Sir.
Yeah. Did you watch this, Quaggy? Did you watch the Direct?
No, I did miss it, but I don't need any more reasons to go to Japan. Like I can just add this on top. Like we're trying to make it happen in a few years, and I would love to be able to go to this as well. Like it looks like something I'd love to do.
He played with people too. Sorry, I just forgot everything about this.
It's cute. It's really cute. Yeah. I love this. This right here,
Yes.
the giant controllers where like you can play Wii Sports with a gigantic Wii remote
Oh
and
my
just
God,
like
it's tilting back and forth. Oh, they're holding it back there.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're holding it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a giant Wii
N64
remote.
controller. Yeah.
And they're playing Pilot Wings. Look at that.
Yeah.
I was talking about
Yeah.
Pilot Wings before. What are the chances? I never talk about Pilot Wings. There it is. Son of a gun.
Yeah. There's some fun stuff in there. That now, there in typical Nintendo fashion, it's not all roses. You know, there's some pretty stupid stuff in there. Like, when you know, this is really cool. Like the way they have like all the history set up and like all these old games, and it's divided nicely by like console and stuff. And you can really go through the exhibits and get like a history of Nintendo. They show off here. On top of each of those monitors, they're showing different games from the console in question, and they have like these directional speakers on the top where you will hear it like when you're standing right in front of it.
Cool.
Like and so that's pretty neat. It is very like well considered. But there's some dumb stuff like when you go, first of all, you have to win a lottery to even have the privilege to buy tickets.
What?
Like yeah, you have to like enter into a lottery, and then if you're lucky, you'll be allowed to buy tickets. I'm assuming that's just for the launch. I'm assuming that like because there's going to be so much demand. I'm hopeful that like after whatever, a year or so, it'll just be the kind of thing where you can just buy a ticket and go. But you know, so there's that. That's kind of dumb. When you get there, included in your ticket, you get a little badge that has like your me on it and stuff, and it comes preloaded with 10 like imaginary coins or whatever. And for the exhibits, like the playable like exhibits, like the Wii remote and stuff we saw, you have to spend that currency on it to do it, right? And you cannot do everything in the museum with just those 10 coins. So like if you want to do everything, you will have to pay more to reload it at a certain point. Which is, again, this is all very Nintendo, right? But like having microtransactions in your museum kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like, just let me pay, like charge me more, whatever you want to do, but just let me pay and let me do everything included in the price.
Oh, this is where that Animal Crossing Pocket Camp energy is going, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Gotta have the transactions somewhere.
Yeah,
there it
there's
is.
the
There's the card you get. Yeah. So, yeah, like the museum itself looks really cool, but just some of the stuff is a little weird that you have to like pay extra for it.
Yeah, imagine children going there to do this where you're hitting these things at items in this imaginary home, and then like I'm gonna do that at my actual home.
Yeah, take this home. I get rewarded for hitting objects in this room. Yeah.
Okay, but those Pikmin flower pots, I can't say that at all. Those are so cute. Everything in here I just want. And talking about how emotional it is to kind of see Miyamoto here and doing this, what is it like for him to walk through this place and having such an impact on the world, obviously, but this to me is, transactions aside, microtransactions aside, it just must be amazing for him to walk around this place and go like, look at all the things that he's so responsible for. This man did all this stuff. Like, where would we be without this guy? And he's so joyful and nice, and just people holding these zappers. Like,
I love this.
What a world they've created, this Nintendo museum. I love it.
The funniest thing about this whole direct for me was the way that like Shiggy, very like cute man, like just so charming, and then every now and then you get something like this where it's just like some intimidating energy. Like he would have the baseball bat in his hand, or he'd be like him with his firing squad there holding their guns, you know. Every now and then you just get some, but it looks fun. Like it does look really fun. It's the kind of thing where like if I ever find myself in Japan, I'm with you, Cwaggy, like my wife and I really want to go, you know, hopefully within the next few years we can make that happen. And like, yeah, I'll totally have this in my itinerary when we go, right? Like you definitely want, this is the kind of thing that any Nintendo fan is going to want to go and do. They've got like a cafe and exclusive merch, of course, you know. So yeah, they're playing on a giant Famicom controller here where one person like Miyamoto's like using the D-pad and the woman there with him is using the B and A buttons.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's weird seeing things that you grew up with, like when they were new, now legitimately captured in a museum. That's a weird thing. Like this, because it looks historical. It's like, oh, look at this old timey thing that, you know, we're lucky that we captured it before it decayed. You know, like we're so lucky that we're able to kind of like save this in this archival kind of way. I think it's so important. Honestly, I think this to me, it's funny. We talk about legitimizing video games usually through like games becoming a movie or a or a TV show or something like this. Like, I feel like this ups the ante in a big way. It's like, it might seem silly to have a museum, but as I watch this video, kind of like you're getting my live reaction to it, this feels important. This feels like, yeah, it's video games and it's silly Nintendo and we love Miyamoto and how smiley he is, but it's like, this should be captured in a museum. This thing that has touched so many people's lives and there's so much joy surrounding it. Like, why not? Why not have this celebrated in this way? Really interesting to see even just the evolution of Mario side by side. These are things that we've seen a million times before, but within this setting, I think it looks great. Mario, like NES Mario to Super Mario World to 64, like it just shows the advancement and the evolution of it all, and endless, tireless work to bring us joy. And I think that's awesome. It's so bad. It's too bad it's so far away, but at least it exists.
Yeah, at least it exists. They're showing off some stuff here, like really kind of going back to Nintendo's history. It's like a 135-year-old company that got their start making Hanafuda cards. And like you can go in there and play digital Hanafuda, and you can, make your own. They have like a little art class where you can like make your own Hanafuda cards and stuff. And yeah, they're really honoring the museum is built on the grounds of the original Nintendo HQ. Which in this direct, like Miyamoto shows like old pictures from back in the day, and like that's where this thing was built on. So really cool. As Bowser points out in the chat, there is a video game history museum. The Strong Museum is the one that Bowser is referring to. That Skinny Matt always goes to because it's in Rochester, New York. So there are other video game museums, but this one being like dedicated to Nintendo, like made by Nintendo,
totally,
is really special. And I think it's important that they honor that they're the ones doing it, like that it's not just Universal is making a theme park for them. Like this is Nintendo honoring their own history, which I think is really special. So
you can tap the little toad heads.
They make noises when he does that. They vocalize.
I love that.
Yeah. Looks great.
Good museum.
Yeah, good museum. Shout outs to that. If we ever get the chance to go to Japan, it's definitely the kind of thing you want to go to. They did say for those, if anybody is planning on trying to go, there's no like parking there. Like you can't like take a car or take like an Uber or a taxi or something. You have to like, use public transportation and walk. Yeah. Which is a foreign concept to Americans, but in Japan, it's pretty common. So, if you're interested, you can go to the website. There is like a dedicated website to it now, and you can enter into the lottery like now if you want to see if you can get a ticket. So, yeah, pretty cool.
They want you to carpool to the museum.
Yes, carpool to the museum in Japan. Looks cool. I would like to go. I would definitely like to go. And it's the kind of thing where like when they first announced it, I didn't know what form it would take. I should have expected it to be like this fun, sort of like playful take on it. But I kind of expected it to be a little bit more stuffy than it is, I like that it's playful,
Stylish. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Good job.
I like it.
Nicely
job.
I like it.
I like it. Okay. Well, with that being said, we've gone through all of the questions. We've talked some video games. We've dunked on some video games. Before we go, I'll thank our patrons over there on patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Let's go ahead and do that. Thank you all so much. Thank you to our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, whose music you can find at linktree/pme.jib, and Cwaggy, who's here right now, of course. Hi, Cwaggy. Who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes. Thank you to both of them, our ultimate producers. You can find links in the show notes for all of that. Thank you to our platinum producers, CowboyDangerD, Peje EP, Smokin Joe, The Captain, and Tim Paullin. And thank you to our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave 1337, BobLoblaw, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Drellesh, Emily O'Kelly, Hoppel, Jan32, Kia Savoy, Liger Woods 330, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Shane Erickson, Tech Mike, The Yiggy Collector, and Tim Alf. Thank you all so much, and thanks again to everybody who signed up for Patreon this week. You could do the same. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming. There's a 7-day free trial there for you to check out. We got a ton of exclusive content going up there all the time, so we appreciate it. Carpool Gaming. Patreon.com/carpoolgaming.
I'm on pants. I put my pants on this week, Seth.
That's right. You are.
I'm up there. Get your questions on in there. I'm going to answer all of them. Every single one of them. No question is going to go left unanswered. I will answer everything. Yes.
I love it. So thanks, everybody. Locklith, we got physicals, and I know Quaggy's got a physical, too. Do you want to share some physicals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I know
Ready?
that Locklith and I have very similar physicals tonight.
Yeah.
Let's go. Very happy about this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Hello Kitty collabs are now at McDonald's, everybody. Finally. It's finally here. You can go to your local McDonald's and get yourself these Happy Meal toys. The melding of anime worlds makes me very happy. I got my Dark Magician girl today. That makes me happy.
Love it.
It's cute. I like it.
Cute.
It's very Happy Meal-esque in quality, but I like it.
Yeah, like it's not anything crazy, but like it's cute. You know? I just kind of like it. So
We get glasses up here. We got glassware with our Happy Meals right now.
we
No, we
have
have
some
those
right now
too.
too.
Collector's
Or maybe not
cups.
Happy Meals. Maybe just meals.
Yeah,
Sad
full
meals.
meals
Sad meals.
with our sad meals.
Yeah, they're not with the Happy Meals. They're with the sad meals.
I just like this collaboration. I just like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Hello Kitty, like doing the fusion dance like this, and just having these dumb little, these little dumb little plushies. And my wife made the point they have these little strings on them, and she's like, you can use it as a Christmas tree ornament.
I literally said the same thing.
Yeah.
I said, we can just go get a bunch of Happy Meals and have a bunch of ornaments on the tree.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do.
Nice.
So yeah, shout outs to that.
Shout out to
Quaggy, what's your
McDonald's.
physical? Yeah, shout out to McDonald's.
I figured I'd just show off Best Girl from Xenoblade 2.
Let's go.
Got my
Whoa.
Pyra amiibo here, so.
Great amiibos.
Those are hard to come by.
Yeah, I got very lucky, I felt like, because it seemed like everyone else that was trying to get them at the same time that I got them, that they weren't able to, so.
They just don't love it enough.
I guess not, yeah.
Yep.
You gotta
Better
put in
luck
the
next
work,
time.
man.
Put in the work.
Yeah, put in the work. You want those amiibo, you gotta be ready to go, So, cool.
That's right.
I like it.
Well,
All right.
Quaggy, as our guest, if people want to find you on the internet, my friend, how could they?
What's your IP address?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's
Dox yourself for
Yeah.
us.
Well, if you really want to find me, I would pull out, Microsoft Edge.
Yes, sir.
I'm not really sure if Microsoft realizes what that euphemism could also stand for, so that's a little, another discussion. But,
True.
Holy crap.
but anyway, yeah, so pull up Microsoft Edge, go to discord.com/Carpool Gaming, and you can find me in Discord. So
Let's go.
and let's be honest, Microsoft, has always had trouble naming their things, and it just continues to to show issue with that.
Word's pretty good. They nailed
This
it with
Microsoft
Word.
Edging over here, This- somebody found that funny.
Oh, no.
I love it.
Switching to Chrome.
Well, Sean, speaking of Chrome, how can people find you? I don't know.
Oh, man. Open your Palm Pilot, open the internet browser, go to x.com/Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. Follow me on Twitter, of course. Reach me on the Discord. It's Sean Capri as well, but just join the Carpool Gaming Discord. Click the link in the show notes. It's the greatest. And for only to find out when I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII, add me as a friend on Switch. SW6879023666588, just like Eric Lindros. And then listen to me on the Xbox Drive. I do that with my friends over there every single week here at youtube.com/carpoolgaming. I'm going to stream games at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live. What else do I do? I think that's it. And I'm on a bunch of Patreon exclusive stuff. We had an episode with Bowser going on this week, the real
Yes.
Carpool Gaming podcast. It could be about literally anything. Patrons podcast for Patreons content. So
Whatever.
Enjoy
Great
that.
episode. It was a
Very
great
fun
episode.
It was a
episode.
great episode.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Carpool Gaming. The end.
Seth, where can people find you?
You could go to your smart TV's web browser and
Yes,
use
sir.
your clunky remote to manually go over to the web browser and go into the search field, type in http://twitter.com or x.com if you like /$2 hero. You can find me on there. Of course, you can add me on your Nintendo Switch at SW411280613454, just like Eric Lindros. Of course. Yeah, who could possibly forget?
And even though Amanda is not here, go and follow her at twitch.tv/miles_of_Amanda. As for me, you can
Let's go.
find me on YouTube here as Locklith. You can find me in the Discord, in the Carpool Gaming Discord, where we now have a playlist specifically for Concord that will be constantly having things from me in there starting tomorrow evening
go.
when the
Pretty
game is
active
out.
in there. People are excited
Yeah.
for Concord on PS5.
Listen,
The best
I'm
grape.
excited. Literally.
Yeah, top tier grape.
I literally have Welch's in the fridge. I am prepared for tomorrow.
Welch's.
Yeah.
It's a
Welch's grape.
jelly brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
jelly brand.
Concord.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I thought you had like gut problems or something. I don't know.
I mean, I do, and it doesn't help that I'm eating
Some sort of like
sour,
prune juice or something.
sour gummies. So I will say
sure
a
that
glass
will.
and a half messed me up the other day. Enough said. Or you can find me on Twitter at LocklithTWT. But thank y'all for hanging out with us for tonight's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Bump that like button if you haven't already. And fuel this carpool in the comments below with, I guess, your top number one Zelda game, and why is it not
Skyward Sword.
Ocarina of Time?
Macarena of Time.
Yeah,
Macarena
Ocarina.
of Time.
There we go.
Hey, Ocarina. All right, bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget to check out our awesome Nintendo Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, where you'll unlock all sorts of exclusive content like the Nintendo Drive post show. Links to everything are in the description. See you next week!
Geek.